Hey guys, this is Albert from Brothers of Battles Airsoft Group, and last time I left you guys off, I promised you guys to show you guys how to do basic maintenance on your airsoft gun. This is part 2 of 2. This will be my last video about the Gearbox, unless someone else has requests. So I'll show you guys today a few tips on how to keep your gun running longer and better. So obviously we disassembled the gun 100%, well, not quite 100%, but to a pretty good point. So what you need is you need your paper towel and you need something called super lube. I have talked to KWA on forums, and everyone pretty much said super lube is the best type of lubricant you can use on your airsoft gun. Super lube is actually kind of expensive, but it does last very, very well. It has a temperature range of -45 degrees Fahrenheit to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Well enough for an airsoft gun. So let's start with the basics. Let me take out my tappet spring so it doesn't spring out. There we go. So this is the piston and tappet spring assembly. You just have to roll it out. There we go. And then I'll take out this is a nozzle. KWA nozzles are proprietary, so you really can't change it. You can change it out, but your hop-up won't work. Standard tappet plate. And one thing I want to show you guys today is how to change out your O-ring. So this is your piston assembly. This is your piston head, your piston, your cylinder, and your cylinder head. This is called the O-ring that everyone tells you to take out and replace. So this is very simple. It's just like that. The easiest way I have found to create a good air seal using O-ring is going to your local Lowe's or Home Depot and buy some Drainco number 14 size O-rings. What you do with those O-rings, because if you just buy them and use them, they're really too small to be used into a piston. So I have a spare air rifle scope, and I stretched all these O-rings around the air rifle scope. This was one of the O-rings that was on the air rifle scope, so it is stretched all the way, and I have fired approximately 9,000 rounds through it. And let's check the air seal. So how to check the air seal is you put your finger across the hole and you push in your piston, and if you have a lot of resistance, as you can see now, have a lot of resistance, that means you have a good air seal. So I'm just going to push it, and there. When you can tell it has a lot of air seal because it popped out. I have sorbethane on mine. This is from KWA, so I didn't have to add my own sorbethane, which is very fortunate because sorbethane is really expensive, unless someone has a cheap way of getting it. There's no real reason to have a metal piston or cylinder head, so I just kept it stock. No real reason for it. And those people who are asking about the placement of your ports, my port's very far in the rear, meaning that it's meant for a long barrel. M4s are typically right here. The port's about here, and then M4 CQBs are around here. Same with the MP5s, around the middle. So that's how you tell which cylinder to use. And then put my piston back in. Also, you should check your angle of engagement for your gears. I'll show you guys in a sec after I put everything back together. It's so slippery from all the lube. There we go. So put your piston back in. just like that, and make sure your piston can slide perfectly, or smoothly I meant. I'm going to zoom in for this. So for your, I should take out the tappet plate, it's in the way. For your angle of engagement, the best thing to do about your angle engagement, what it means is that when you have a cycle, your gears will turn and your sector gear has to catch the piston at the right moment. So as you can tell, you can see right here is actually hitting the first teeth already. This gear teeth is supposed to be hitting here, but it's hitting a teeth right here, so that means my angle of engagement is slightly off. And then after the second gear is perfect. So my angle of engagement is ever so slightly off, but since I fire so many rounds through it, I don't really have to worry too much about it because they're already worn off. So my angle of engagement is pretty decent. As you can tell, it has worn away a little bit of my piston. See right there, and it doesn't bother really anything. But if your angle of engagement is really off, you will have to adjust where your piston rests by using sorbethine. Because people who have guns that start cycling, say like right here, will have major problems, or if they don't mesh up correctly. Don't mesh up correctly, as in right here, like it catches on teeth to teeth, which is not good because it'll slip like that. So just check your angle of engagement next time you open up your gearbox. If you fired over, say like 20,000 rounds through it, you're pretty much fine. I mean, there's nothing much to worry about. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much to talk about for general maintenance. Just check your air seal by using that air seal test I just showed you. I have heard people say stretching the spring will help your FPS. It does not. Don't listen to that crap. The spring, if you stretch out a spring, even using a weight, the spring will reset back to its original FPS within 10 rounds. So don't listen to them. And then as you can tell, I do have a shim here. Shim every once in a while. Check your shims. And then how to lube. Do not over lube. As you can tell, I did not over lube. There's a little bit, just enough lube to cover all the moving parts, but don't over lube it because that will create pretty much dust traps, and then dust will get into your gun, and then it'll start pretty much ripping your gun apart. And also one last thing, as you can see here, my trigger contacts are actually wearing out since I have fired it so much. As you can see right here, my trigger contacts is a little bit worn. You can tell right here that this is like a cut. What I'm going to do with it is I'm just pretty much just going to buy a new trigger contact and then solder the new one in place of the old ones. Nothing much really. I mean, it is annoying to replace something, but you gotta do general maintenance. I recommend doing general maintenance every maybe 6 months. So that's about what, anywhere from, I don't know how much you guys shoot, but every 6 months or every 100,000 rounds you shoot, whichever comes first, is good. It's a good time to open up your gearbox and check it. So thanks for watching, you guys, and enjoy.